Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Hey, campers.
Hey, we've done something different.
A little different.
Again.
A little different
We
today.
just have no format anymore.
There's no format. There's no rhyme or reason to life. So why should there be to this?
Why should there be to a vlog?
Nothing at all. No reason
I think
at all.
vlog means something
Vlog.
else in like
It sounds
Swedish.
like a sex act to me.
Like vlogging.
Like flogging. I'm vlogging.
Violent flogging.
I always have to like check myself when I'm saying it. Because I'm like, am I saying vlog? No, I'm saying vlog.
Vlog.
Vlogging.
It sounds Swedish or some German.
Flogging Molly.
Oh. Or Irish. Are they Scottish? Irish?
I always thought they were Irish.
I'm
because I always was like
the
flogging Molly
Irish people watching
and Dropkick Murphys.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I hate them both.
Didn't they go hand in hand? They went hand in hand to me.
I hate that kind of music.
Like Irish punk music?
Yes. Or Scottish. Either or. I don't like any of it. I don't know why. It rubs me the wrong way. Also, anything with a bagpipe, she wouldn't have gotten if I hadn't.
That is the symbol for bagpipe.
Universal.
So what did we watch today?
We watched Lethal Weapon, Die Hard, and Tales of the Crypt episode.
And All Through the House.
And All Through the House.
Season 1, Episode 2.
Which is obviously Christmas themed. We did a Christmas themed. And Mary Chapin Carpenter themed.
Mary Ellen Trainor.
Mary Ellen Trainor.
It's a mini Mary Ellen Trainor marathon.
She's in them all.
And we didn't plan it that way.
Happenstance.
Yeah. She was like, she came over and she's like, maybe if I feel, depending on how I feel later, we can watch a horror movie. I'm like, or we can watch this. It's 20 minutes. And then I was like, we're watching Lethal Weapon. And I'm like, hey, she's in that one we're going to watch at the end if you wanted to watch that. And she's like, and we're like laughing. And then I was looking and she's in Die Hard.
Incredible. Also, we purposely watched Die Hard after Lethal Weapon because we both love Die Hard,
and I haven't seen Lethal Weapon probably since I was a kid.
Fantastic film.
Amazing. It's excellent. It's so good.
So good.
It's so
better.
Good.
It's better.
Yeah.
I think.
I guess I was just I'm so like and I haven't seen it in a while, and I'm so used to like the sequels and Loaded Weapon.
Right.
I think I always watched Loaded Weapon when I was a kid.
What's Leslie Nielsen's in that?
Is he? Emilio Estevez is.
Oh.
And Samuel Jackson.
Oh. Is it not funny?
It's funny. No, it's really funny.
I should watch them. Maybe I haven't ever watched them.
I'm pretty sure.
What are the ones that Leslie Nielsen is in?
Airplane?
No. He's like a Naked Gun.
Naked Gun. I could not think of Naked Gun at all.
Sorry. So obviously not technically
horror. But I would say genre.
Yeah, lots of killing. Very murder heavy.
Murder heavy, lots of killing.
By police officers, mostly.
Mostly. Or Mel Gibson.
Well, he's a police officer.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
He would do this in real life.
Yeah. But that was the weirdest part, I think, of the whole Lethal Weapon thing. So, since I've seen Lethal Weapon more than you should do the thing that I do, I do like a synopsis or whatever, which I haven't really continued to do. But let's have you do it.
I'm so bad at this.
Action.
So we like
taco.
Taco. Do you have to slam like that?
I think this means taco. You have to really put it in there.
Like, I want taco.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm so bad at this. Don't make me do this.
Do it. You can do it. How does it start?
Okay, so we start with this, with Kristen Bell. It starts with Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
So this girl looks like Kristen Bell, so I'm just going to refer to her as Kristen Bell, but it's what's his name's daughter, but we don't know that yet.
Right.
So
we also don't really care about his name,
no,
to be honest.
Care about him. So Kristen Bell is like in this high rise,
Yeah,
like
in
penthouse,
Los Angeles.
And she is like drunk,
High
something high,
feeling herself.
yeah, I'm sure she's high, like on heroin, I guess.
Oh yeah, I guess that's right.
So she's probably like high on heroin. I'm so bad at synopsises.
The end. What does she do?
It's like when you have to like read in school.
Yeah, I always went every time I messed up.
It took me a while, and then like I enjoyed it. It's gonna take me a while to enjoy this.
Okay, well you've got
I'm gonna edit this out.
So Kristen Bell's in this high rise,
high on heroin, and she is like, there's obviously something going on. Because it's all like mysterious, the music, it's all like her tits are
Eric
out.
Clapton is on.
Eric Clapton's on. And he's
actually,
like,
is it a Christmas song at that point?
Oh yeah, is it Christmas?
Because it's a Christmas movie.
Yes.
I don't know. Either Eric Clapton or a Christmas song.
There was a lot of Nat King Cole today, so I can't, like, maybe Bing Crosby.
Yeah. So anyway, what happens?
So she's like out on the balcony, and she climbs like on the railing, over the railing. It's like
on the railing. Yeah.
There's like metal bars, but then there's cement slabs, and she like stands there, right?
No, she's on the railing.
She's on the railing.
And she's like balanced.
But she's like standing, isn't she?
Yeah, on the railing, and her hands are on the balcony above.
Oh, okay. I thought she was on like the cement slabby part.
That's later when that other guy.
Okay. Okay.
So what happens?
So she like swan dives off this building.
Swan dives off this building.
Swan dives.
She landed in a pool?
No.
Just curious.
No. She like swan
like
dives. And she wasn't pushed, correct?
Right. She dives.
She jumps.
She jumps. So then what? Then we cut
to Riggs, Mel Gibson. Murtaugh.
Okay, sure.
Do we? Is it Danny Glover?
I think it's his birthday.
Oh, is that first?
In the bathroom?
See, I'm so bad at this. Can we start over? I hate.
You want to start
doing the recap
from the beginning?
I hate this.
You want to stop this? No, you cannot. I have to do this.
I hate recap. I hate the recap.
Okay, well, I'll do it.
No, because I'm trying to fit on this. I don't want this on the YouTube.
This is how Brian is. Now everybody really knows. And this is me supporting him as a friend. We're both really good people. So the kids bust into Danny Glover's bath time because it's his birthday.
I hate this.
And?
They
Oh,
give
you're
him,
freaking
I'm freaking out about it. Can you see me melting down? Because I'm melting down. I don't know why I'm freaking out about it.
Quit freaking out. This is good television. So the kids bust into Danny Glover's bath time to wish him happy birthday, which I think is really weird. But Brian says nudity is in a lot of families, but just
I feel like it is in a lot of families.
I think it's just not. I'm
a
conservative.
You went to private school, right?
It's a very conservative family that I have.
Very conservative. They vote very conservative.
Very, very conservative.
For all of us. It is for our well-being that they vote this way.
Yeah, because it's the world we deserve. So they bust into his bathroom and wish him happy birthday.
And there's cake.
What do we find out? That he's turning 50.
He's turning 50.
And that his old partner
called
him.
Hunziker? Hunzinger? It's something like that, right?
One of those.
So like he calls, but he's like,
I haven't talked to him in 15 years or something. What does that make me? 50?
Yeah.
And then he
like, his wife's like, why didn't you tell me about him? Right? There's that whole exchange. And he's like, he's a friend from the war or whatever.
Right, which we're pretty sure is Vietnam. Right?
Right. It's gotta be, right?
It has to be.
It's the only one.
So then he is like, I'll call him later. And he goes into work. And then we cut to Riggs, I think. In his or coming out of the ocean. No, sleeping.
He's sleeping.
Sleeping, because we see his butt.
Yeah, and he gets up, and we see his butt.
Mel
it's very
Gibson's
nice.
Butt.
He's
peak physical condition
right.
in this film. Definitely on cocaine. But
high on cocaine.
Peak physical condition.
I mean...
Oh, the whole movie. Really weird. And, like...
They're really, like... Don't blink.
He's real high. Anyway, so we see him, and we see pictures of his wife, and we see him throwing something through the television.
TV, right?
So we know he has some anger.
He is angry.
Issues. And we see him drinking a beer while he's taking his morning pee. So we also can assume from this that he may have a drinking problem.
It happens.
Maybe.
It's like, if you're not going to drink in the morning, when are you going to drink?
The evening. Would be the answer. But whatever.
You're missing out.
So then we cut to the police station.
Yeah, see, there's lots of cuts. This is why I didn't want to do this recap.
Well, I feel like we could have glossed over quite a bit of it. That's okay. We're at full detail recap. We end up at the police station, and we find out that Danny's getting a new partner. And guess who?
Riggs.
Mel Gibson. And he's burnout from the drug unit.
Yes.
And they think he's trying to get on, like, psych pay.
Yes.
By acting crazy.
Yes.
And then they take their first call together. And it's that guy who is wanted as a jumper.
Yeah, it's that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then...
So he crawls out on the ledge with this guy.
That's where the ledge is.
That's where the ledge is. So he crawls out on the ledge.
All the while, Christmas everywhere.
Christmas everywhere in this movie.
Everywhere.
I don't know why Die Hard is the one that
People
is
are always like,
this is a Christmas movie. Because this is
a Christmas
fucking Christmas movie.
I mean, Die Hard's a Christmas movie, but this is like...
I mean, it's just like, why is Die Hard the one that is, like, known as the action movie that's a Christmas movie?
Right. This is more Christmas and more action.
And maybe better.
Although, I like Bruce Willis more than I like Mel Gibson in IRL.
Yes.
However, in the movie... Mel Gibson does an incredible job.
Yeah, and kind of Australian and kind of American.
Right, and which turns out he just is
born
American.
in New York.
That's annoying.
Lived in
12. He moved to Australia when he was 12.
Thought he was Australian.
Mind blown. Danny Glover can get it in this movie. Mm-hmm. He looks incredible. Incredible.
Get it. I love Danny Glover. I have never been, and I love older men. Give me a daddy. Love it. I've never, like, looked at Danny Glover that way or felt that way about Danny Glover, but I'm like, Danny Glover's great.
Changing. Yeah.
He is fine in this movie.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
With his
I'm just like, he is, like, ripped.
Great.
He's hot in the end when he's all, like, bloodied and dirty and sweaty and bruised.
Yeah.
I love that.
Just
hot. Ripped. He is like stacked.
Even in the tub, he's like 8-pack abs. It's crazy. Okay, so actually just really fast, high overview. There's a cop. We find out that he's suicidal because his wife died. There's another cop. He gets a new partner. Oh my gosh, it's the suicidal guy. They become fast friends and find out that this girl, Kristen Bell, who jumped off of a tower, is actually a daughter of his old partner or guy from the war.
Yeah, like
who
one of those.
has been smuggling heroin in
Yes.
from Vietnam. And 2 large shipments a year, and now his contacts or whatever have turned on him, and they've killed his daughter and a prostitute named Dixie.
Yes. Yes. And we learned that from Renee Estevez, underage hooker, who Riggs picks up.
Here. Where'd it go? Did you see it? It's a big fluffy piece of fur. Sorry.
Riggs picks up Renee Estevez playing the underage hooker. That's what she's credited as on IMDb. And like takes her home to talk and watch TV, and he finds all this stuff out about Dixie
because she's heard everything that's been going on the streets.
Yes, and so they have like all this lead. So they then use that lead on Dixie to go to Dixie's house, right? Since this one they go to her house. And
then the house blows up right before they get in it. And then these kids who were basically watchdogs for the police for Dixie.
Yes.
Were, they saw somebody and they describe him as a
tall white
guy with blonde hair. Dolph Lundgren.
Yes. And so it's Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
It's Gary Busey.
That's who it is. Gary Busey.
Gary Busey, like, looking very,
Dolph
like,
Lundgren.
Icelandic.
Yeah.
Very, like, Icelandic, Nordic. Very, just, like, very, like, Die Hard-esque. Like that dude in Die Hard.
Like that dude in Die Hard. Who's also not Dolph Lundgren.
Not Dolph Lundgren.
So he basically becomes there's 2 like number 1 evil guys in this. Him and who may or may not be his father, some old guy who's either just his boss, whatever. He's like a henchman or a son. We don't know. Whatever. Probably could know, but we don't.
I know.
It's not important.
Yeah. And
they have to find them. And on the way, they kill everybody. They kill everybody on the way, and then Gary Busey kidnaps his Danny Glover's daughter, and they kill more people.
That is correct.
And they get his daughter
back. Lots of people die. Torture. There's torture.
And the torturer of Mel Gibson later becomes the gunman who almost kills Bruce Willis in Die Hard. So,
I mean, this, like,
the
movies we chose today just really connected. Everything, it was just all full circle.
Yeah.
I really love that.
It was really great.
I'm sorry, I had a little, like, conniption.
Are you better now?
Yeah, it makes me nervous.
You feeling better?
Watching myself give that recap and failing at it, I was like, this sucks.
I can't wait to watch it. So, obviously they succeed, and that's, and in the end of the movie, Mel Gibson and Danny Glover are like best friend partners, and he gets to come in to dinner, and Danny Glover's daughter thinks that Mel Gibson's hot, and that's how the movie ends.
Yeah.
And then we moved on.
Well, he goes to his wife's grave. There's
there's a little wrap up of his feelings
closure moment,
and how he's no longer suicidal because he has someone again who cares about him. In life.
That's it.
Oh, and what did you think of it overall?
Oh, I loved it. It's like really great. It's like funny and action-packed.
Good fight scenes.
Like really realistic good fight scenes. There's that whole closing fight.
Really
with
good.
Mel and Gary Busey, and it's great.
It's intense.
It's
very
puts
physical.
him in like that sleeper hold with his legs.
Yeah.
Lots of thigh action.
Lots of thigh choking.
From Mr. Gibson.
Yeah, really, really good.
Really good.
Great film.
Yeah. What did you think overall?
Well, I love it. And
it's great. I'm gonna have
I
to
forget how much I love it. And it was the director's cut. So make sure to watch that version. Because it probably makes
I'm gonna have to own this. I don't know why I don't own it.
And Eric Clapton scores the whole thing. And
it's wonderful.
Great. He does a great job.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Great job. So then we watched Die Hard.
Die Hard. Which, like, I mean, do we need to talk about Die Hard?
Everyone knows
about Die Hard. John McClane flies to LA.
Who
What?
was Mary? What's her bucket?
Mary Ellen Trainor in
In
Lethal
Lethal
Weapon
Weapon.
is the psychologist.
Oh,
The
right.
psychologist.
Right. And who is she
In Die Hard, she is like the news anchor.
Yes.
One of the other news anchors.
Which is actually one of the best parts of the whole movie, right? Because the male news anchor is like, fucking so pissed! And he doesn't realize that he's on camera and he's live. And she laughs at him and he's very funny. She's like...
Because there's that guy, and then there's the other guy.
Right. Who we also don't like. Who gets punched in the face.
Yeah. But so who is he?
He's like an anchor man.
Yeah, but he's not the top anchor.
No, he's
so is he like the roaming reporter?
He's like Sex Panther guy. He's Paul Rudd.
Okay.
She's Veronica Corningstone.
Okay. So he's
Paul Rudd. Get out here, you stupid panda jerk.
Yes, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Our Man in the Field. That's what it's called.
So John McClane Bruce Willis flies from New York to LA to see his wife, who moved with the kids. They did not divorce. They are not divorced. They are married.
Technically separated.
Or separated. She just moved. He's a cop in New York. She just moved to LA because she got a new high-profile job.
Position in Los Angeles with the Nakatomi Corporation.
So she moved there with the kids because he's a cop, and so she took the kids.
And he can't leave New York because he's a New York cop,
Yeah.
and the problems don't stop.
They don't stop.
It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking chicken
and
collard greens. Rice and stuffing macaroni and cheese. Santa puts drugs on Christmas trees.
Ho, ho, hoin'.
Argyle picks him up from the airport.
Argyle picks him up from the airport. They're like driving and talking, and
he sits
in the front.
Which is dumb, and then gets mad at Argyle for chatting.
Yeah,
it's like,
and I'm like, well, if you sat in the back, you could roll up
where
that
would
little
you
window.
sit in a taxi, Bruce?
Weird.
You've taken a taxi before, haven't you, Mr. New York?
Yeah, so they're like talking. Argyle drops him off, tells him that
he'll
wait around, like if he gets a go, to call Argyle in the limo phone, and like
let him
Argyle take off
because he's going home with his wife.
Just take him
because he's unclear what their marital status is.
To a hotel.
Apparently, she said, "Come out to the coast. We'll have some drinks and a few laughs."
Yeah. Verbatim. So,
which is a weird thing to say to your husband.
And Argyle literally hangs out, spoiler alert, the entire time this is going on.
2 hours he's down there.
It's gotta be 2 hours.
Brian's pretty sure it's 5 to 6. And you know what?
I think it's like a long period of time.
It's definitely more than 2.
It is like 4 hours.
Because it was 5:30.
Yeah.
And they certainly don't have the FBI flying choppers in at 4:50.
No.
Oh, and the guy from Groundhog's Day who's in the bar, Gus, is in this movie.
Yeah.
He plays the electrician.
Yes. Why did I think that you said veterinarian? And I was really confused.
Because of the dogs.
So, like, John gets there. He sees Holly. His wife is Holly. I could not remember her name.
And she has changed her name.
And yes, he looks at McClane, and she's not there. And then he looks up Gennaro.
Holly Gennaro.
There she is. Holly M. Gennaro.
Pretty rude. You know what? And at some points, I feel like when he goes off on her, I've been on her side. But this time I really was on his side. It's ridiculous that she moved out there, took the kids out there. I understand that he's an asshole. I get that.
Yeah, he's an asshole. See, I think
but
it's...
she
I think I've always...
name, pretends she's never married to him?
Sided with him, and I think he's an asshole. I think...
So now you've switched the...
I think she's the template for the modern woman.
Right.
Who gives a fuck about last names? Whatever.
But the fact that she went with was going by McLean
mean,
and then changed it to generic.
Yeah, I guess there's that because...
And then she says it's because she works for a Japanese company, and if she's married, they'll assume something about her. But she could just go by Miss Gennaro, couldn't she? Or Miss McLean.
Miss McLean.
But she goes back to her maiden name as if their time together never existed. Who wouldn't be mad about that?
I just think that they're both
assholes.
Ridiculous.
They are absolute water and
ridiculous. And so,
oil
like,
and vinegar.
They're chit-chatting.
On a Subway sandwich.
And we meet Ellis, who's a cokehead.
Cocaine? Another... all through these.
All through. There's so much, like,
cocaine.
drug use. I love it.
80s. Early 90s in the Crypt Keeper situation, probably.
No, 89.
Oh, all right. So, 80s.
Yeah. 89.
So, and then we meet Alan Rickman, who is...
Hans.
Incredible.
He's just perfect.
German, obviously, with his British accent.
German. Gruber.
Yeah, Hans. Hans
Gruber.
Yeah.
I don't know what that accent
was.
was.
Britishy, and I feel like that's right. That's how our Germans sound. That's what we learned from this film.
We learned the Queen's English.
Obviously, they're trying to steal bear bonds. They get the FBI involved. I mean, I don't know. Is there a point? You're right. There's no point in recapping Die Hard.
No, there's like no point.
Seen it.
I mean, everyone's seen it. You come here. You come to Die Hard for two things.
Great Christmas film.
An air duct scene, which is incredible. And
and
when he swings out the window on the hose.
He's on the roof.
This is on the roof.
He's on the roof because they're going to blow the roof.
And so
jumps off the roof of a building with nothing but the
fucking fire hose
tied loosely about his waist.
Like, yeah, and then the, like,
propels himself off of the building so that he can shoot out the window so that he can smash through the window with his whole
It's fantastic.
Body. Action.
And this is what you come for. And then, like, Hans Gruber meets up, he gets his wife, he figures out that they're married, he figures out who he is. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. We come for that. And it's so funny because I think in the sequels it becomes such a bigger thing.
It's a big thing.
It is kind of a
tagline.
It's a throwaway in this movie.
Yeah.
He's just like, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. That's it.
He's talking about Gene Autry.
Yeah, Roy Rogers.
And Gene Autry. Ginger Rogers.
He says something I've always preferred. Oh yeah, does he say that? Yeah.
Or something. Anyway, whatever. Doesn't matter. We've all seen it. We know what happens. It's a fantastic film. But is it better than Lethal Weapon? I think not.
No.
However, Die Hard 2, great movie. And the action never stops coming with Die Hard. It is fire and explosions and helicopters.
I think I've only seen
jumping off of moving cars.
The first three.
It's an action packed.
I might have because when did the reboot come out?
I don't know. Not that recently, like 2007.
I've seen the first one.
But isn't
Bruce
there Willis.
3 of those?
I think I've seen 2. If there's 3, then I don't know. I've seen
there's a
through
lot
5.
Of those.
We got all of them for my mom for Mother's Day. Conservative
action film fan.
Action film.
So I mean, Die Hard's great. What do you think of Die Hard? It's
Love
fucking
it.
great.
Watch it every year. It's one of my go-to Christmas movies, and I need to remember that Lethal Weapon is also a go-to Christmas movie for me, as well as Gremlins.
Yeah,
right?
Gremlins. Totally a Christmas movie.
Really love it.
So many Christmas movies.
And then we watched Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt, and
not a Nickelodeon show.
All Through the House is the episode title. Not a Nickelodeon show.
Meghan Trainor's mom.
Mary Ellen Trainor is the lead in this. She's the mom.
And she's great. Bad mom, but great.
Terrible mom, great in this movie.
Yeah.
So like,
Episode.
she's home with her husband, and they're like getting ready for Christmas, and it's beautiful, and the fire's going, and he's
reading the end of Dickens' Christmas Carol.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. It's like
doesn't he say like,
yeah, and
Merry Christmas,
like,
one and all.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas, one and all, my ass, or some
yeah,
shit like that.
Did you read the whole thing
Aloud?
Like, it's just
I
weird.
could never do that.
It's a weird one to choose, but it's Christmas.
Tiny Tim, blah, 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 blah. Could never do it.
He's like saying something that the fire needs fixing. Where's the poker? And she says, I have a poker. And he says, give it to me. And
What?
What? And he says,
Alright, give it to me.
Yeah, give it to me. And she does. Right in the head.
Because she's behind him.
And yeah. And it's wonderful. And she's like trying to pull it out. That's the good part, when she's like trying to pull it out from behind him still.
Like,
and it's just like.
That is good.
Because he's kind of alive.
Yeah. We think he's dead.
You think he's dead. Kind of alive.
Spoiler alert.
Kind of alive.
Sorta.
Like her daughter comes down. Because her daughter's upstairs. Her daughter's upstairs. And so Carol Ann comes down. Not Carol Ann. Isn't her name Carrie?
It's actually Carrie. Yeah.
So
but
Carrie,
she kind of has a Carol Ann.
I mean, I just think after Poltergeist,
every
little girls in horror movies were blonde and blue-eyed.
What are you talking about, Mommy? How come Joseph's not saying good night?
So so she brings Carrie back upstairs, and puts her to bed, and like
says,
opens
open the
window for you because Carrie's really hot, and so she opens the window kind of a lot.
Just all the way, and it's snowing. So cold
so
outside.
Cold.
The windows are literally iced over, the panels of the windows. So that's a level of cold that we don't often see on the West Coast. Right?
Right.
And this is California.
No, it's not.
Los Angeles.
I mean, I guess it could be like Big Bear.
Maybe they live on a
Mammoth.
Hollywood
It could be
lot.
Mammoth.
Yeah.
It could be Mammoth.
It could be
California.
Yosemite. It snows in Yosemite.
Yeah.
Shasta.
But you were like, LA. And I'm like, not LA.
It's only 10 hours away. It's so close. That's just a normal commute. They live in
so she like puts
Wairika.
Carrie back, and she like calls a lover. She calls a lover to tell him
that she's killed this guy.
That she's killed this guy without saying it. But like, I got everything. We got everything. We got the money.
I did
she could
be convicted.
Yes.
Absolutely. Based on the message that she's leaving.
Absolutely.
I know you told me not to call.
But I have to call you. I have to tell you I did it.
Did it, and everything's ours.
Everything's ours. The money, everything. Like
the Barabons, I assume.
Barabons. They're just for stealing.
They're just for stealing. There's no other. Someone tell me the reason Barabons exist if not to be stolen.
So she's like like cleaning him up. She wraps him. She like puts a plastic bag over his head and like ties it up
with a bow.
With a bow, it's cute. And she drags him outside. And then she's gonna like jump in the well. And while like she's doing that, we hear.
Oh, doesn't he?
No, because we hear. That scared me. I was scared.
I did it on this show. No one will know.
And we hear like a radio or like a news broadcast of like a psycho
killer
maniac has Qu'est-ce que c'est? Run, 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 run away. Ah! We do not own the rights to this music.
We don't own the rights. Also, I feel like David Byrne would be like, it's not my song. It's not at all. How dare you even think that was the song?
It ain't it.
you're not barefoot and marching around on the stage of Saturday Night Live, then it's not my song.
You're not wearing like a huge giant suit. So.
Although, look at this collar, David, who watches this. So famous.
Spring transitional. Transitional.
Spring transitional jacket.
Spring
It's
transitional
Roxy.
jacket. If you work in retail, you know what that means.
Spring trans.
And you say spring trans.
Monster Jam World Tour.
That's just anytime.
Conservative. I'm not. Well, I am if
That
you're like
crowd
British,
was.
but yeah, for sure.
That crowd was.
For sure. Fired up. But you know what? Great event. Really recommend it. So much fun. Night after our night, somebody did a full backflip. Still mad. Gravedigger.
So she's gonna dump Joseph in the well, right?
Yeah.
But Joseph
Wakes up.
and I love this because the bag like breaks open.
Yeah.
He doesn't like rip it
No.
because he grabs
somehow
her.
It breaks
But
open.
the bag like breaks open like Jason's mask in part 7.
I guess when she's stepping on it.
Yeah, but like it's weird and really cool, and I don't mind it. It's just like weird.
Yeah.
How does it happen? I love it.
She's wearing Ugg boots way before they come out,
Yeah.
which is pretty impressive also.
And like she's like trying to get this axe, but like she can't really reach an axe, and she just keeps stepping on his neck, and then finally like he dies for real.
Yeah. Does she
But
try to get the axe?
She's trying to get a axe because there's an axe, isn't there, in like the wood?
Is it in the wood?
I thought there was an axe in the wood.
I don't know.
That's
when
where
does he get? When does Sandy?
I
get the
thought
axe?
he took the axe, but then they say on the phone that he's been killing his victims with an axe.
So he brought his own in?
Yeah, but I swear there's an axe in the wood
But
because
she
she's
doesn't
trying to
hit him
grab.
with an axe.
No, because she can't reach it.
What'd
So
she
she's
do with
just
the poker?
stepping
Oh,
on
she
it.
had the poker upstairs.
Yeah, and she like put it back.
Yeah. No, that's right. Maybe she's reaching for the axe, and then when she looks back, the axe is gone.
Yeah, but he apparently
and she's
has
unfazed by that
had an axe though.
the whole time. Or maybe he leaves them at each house because every
Right.
house owns an axe.
I mean,
Where's your axe?
It's snowing,
In the
so
garage, right?
right. It's in the garage. I don't own an axe. I almost bought a machete this summer, but I didn't.
So there you go. Could end it on that.
So there's that, and so she's like freaks out and turns her away, and
Because he's strangling her.
Yes.
Did we say that?
yeah.
Sorry.
And so she like turns to like figure things out and to like I think dump him.
Oh, and she goes, "Now you're dead."
Yeah.
Which is
Now
a
you're
weird
dead.
thing to say. I don't think it's any clearer that he's dead at that juncture. I mean, he is because he doesn't come back.
But I
unless-
mean, he was alive that whole time,
right? When
and
she
that
was dragging him,
has got to be fucking agony.
yeah,
With a
headache,
hole in your
I think.
head, just like
Horrible headache.
fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Agony. And so she's like gonna do this now, and she turns around, and this fucking scary ass Santa.
Yeah, he is super
there.
terrifying. He's
Played-
got methy teeth
He's terrifying. And an axe.
an axe and like
And a full
eyes
on
that are like
Santa
crazy
getup.
eyes.
Because in the news broadcast they let us know that
he's dressed as Santa.
is dressed as a Santa because he
Stole it from
stole
one of
it
the houses.
from one of the victims.
Yeah. So
he terrorizes her.
yeah,
She
it's pretty
like
kind of funny because he's like in the windows behind.
yeah, and she screams no a lot.
She does. She calls the
and-
cops and then it's like, "Oh, I killed somebody."
Yeah, and it takes her like a little bit to get to the like
Oh my God,
realization
I
that
could
she can
blame this.
blame this guy. So she goes and chops up her husband a little bit
with an axe.
because they tell her he's been killing his victims with axes.
Can I just say that the police officer who wasn't suspicious when he called her and she's like, "You're coming to the house right now?"
Yeah. Wait, you're coming to the house?
Ooh.
So, like,
you have to?
just bad law enforcement.
Bad job.
all the way around in
Yeah.
these movies.
Well,
really.
John McClane. Well, he's a murderer. I don't know. Yeah, it's tough to. I guess some people deserve to die.
Like
did
the
they-
principal from The Breakfast Club
He's
in Die Hard
awful.
is terrible.
He's awful. And
Ugh.
Officer Johnson and Officer Johnson are bad.
Yeah.
This
The
is just like
fads.
Saigon, isn't it?
And, like,
I was in
it's-
junior high, dick.
Like,
Head. Dickhead.
well, why are their names Johnson and Johnson?
I
Is
think
it
that's
just
just
because
a
of
joke
that?
about or Mr. Smith and Mr. Smith. I think that's just how the FBI refers to themselves.
I
These,
guess.
like really bland.
No, the
Names.
other one.
It's your reflection.
Bogey, you can't see.
What's the other one?
Well, when he answers the phone, when he's on the phone, he says this is Agent Johnson.
Oh yeah, no, the other one.
No, the
Which
other
is
one.
funny. No
So
relation.
yeah, okay. So I guess it is just like a Men in Black thing then, right?
Just an FBI thing.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's what he said.
So he like terrorizes her. He jumps through the window, and like
And she somehow gets him back out. Hits him with the
the
axe.
the
No.
back of
Because
the axe.
oh man,
She
she
hits him
really
with the
carries this axe.
back of the axe.
Because she also hits him with the axe at the front door in the arm.
Yes. So
And
she
then
whacks
locks
him in
the
the
door.
arm with the blade part of the axe, hits him with the back of the axe, and knocks him out. This is when she figures out that she can blame her husband on this. So this is when she
Calls
goes and
the cops again.
cops and axes him.
Axes him.
And she leaves the axe in him.
And then she gets locked out of her house.
Yes.
Which is so dumb.
And then,
She drops her keys.
yeah, and then she's like looking for his Joseph's keys, gets Joseph's keys, because of course he has his keys on him.
I know.
And she gets back
She gets
in the
back in.
house, and then she calls the cops.
Right.
This is when she calls the cops because she sees that Joseph's body is all turned over and he doesn't have the axe in his head anymore.
And so then she
freaks out and runs
to try to get his gun.
No, she runs and looks out the other window.
Oh.
And sees that the Santa is gone.
Then she
she gets back on the phone with the cops.
Is there a weapon?
And then she goes to get the gun, and she gets locked in the closet. And she tries
like
to
R.
open.
Kelly.
Like, so every trope that can happen almost
And then
happens.
he climbs up a ladder.
He climbs up a ladder to get in the open window.
Her through the window.
Yeah. And she's like trying to get out, and she's gonna bust this door
not
down.
waking her daughter up
Until her daughter gets up to go to the window and see
and
Santa. Because she's Santa obsessed this whole time.
Right, because it's Christmas.
And so
holiday.
She like
specific.
He's climbing up to her. She's trying to grab him because the ladder stops here and her window's like way up.
Which would be like her give me your hand. Would be her pulling him up like
that.
Which
and
is
it
impossible.
wouldn't work. And so
she goes
Mary Ellen Trainor gets out, goes to the room.
She's not there.
She's not there. And then she hears her calling from downstairs because I'm guessing
she went down there.
She went down and let him in the front door.
Because he's Santa.
And yeah. And
then Mary Ellen
Trainor
just screams,
No! No!
That's the end.
And that's the end. So I must see, because she dies.
And then the Crypt Keeper tells us that
don't worry about Carrie.
Carrie.
Because Santa liked old women or whatever.
Something. And so she's like totally fine because all she did was let in her mom's killer and see her mom get axed to death. But otherwise, she's fine.
That's my sister.
That's Jonelle. She's a viewer. Shout out to Jonelle. Now 3 of the 4 people who watch this episode have been featured in it.
It's exciting.
That is exciting.
So we just had like a really Christmassy.
Let's just do Christmas night.
It's just a really good night of Christmas.
It's the holiday season.
Lots of murder.
Oh,
Lots
and
of blood.
in Lethal Weapon, Danny Glover's wife is played by
Darlene Love,
the originator of the song
Marshmallow World. So, this is a Christmas movie.
Christmas movie special. It's a Christmas movie special.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.